Happy Valentine's Day, rhinos and panicans, and all of you left-wing shills. This is the Valentine's Day massacre that happened last night. Donald Trump directed Pam Bondi to release everything. And now they're waking up today hungover. They're missing their adrenochrome or whatever else other kind of garbage that they take. And they're all freaking out. And the list is beautiful. There's some names on there you didn't expect. Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley. I think Ted Williams and Babe Ruth are in there too. But there's some other really interesting names that I thought was fun. It's a fun move. Thomas Massie, Khanna, Steve Bannon, Marjorie Taylor Greene's name is in the list. Guys, this is beautiful. The same and Nancy Mace's name is in the list. And now she's calling for audio to be released. She wants the audio of some of these videos. This lady is sick, little twisted. Marjorie Taylor Greene is now trying to get back into the MAGA fold and has went so far as to say that Trump is innocent, after distancing herself from a lot of other stuff. Guys, this is so beautiful to watch. I've been out here doing a little shooting this morning. I got a squirrel problem. So I got one of these like Gammo high-powered air rifles. Shoots a 17 caliber pellet. So I've been out here like sighting that in because the squirrels are eating all of the stuff out of my bird feeders. And I really like watching the birds. And we get a lot of cardinals and blue jays and woodpeckers and all that other stuff. So I've got to get rid of some squirrels. And nothing better than a little air rifle with a 5x9x32 variable scope on it. That is a squirrel slayer. Apparently you can put a little tannerite in the pellet too, which I'm thinking of doing. But guys, what do you think with this whole list? I've always been a proponent of be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And I believe Trump played this like a fiddle. He came out and he had Elon Musk say Trump was on the list or in the files. And we knew he was in the files because he was the first person to report Epstein. So then all the Democrats and the rhinos and the panicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you all come out and start pandering and freaking out saying, release the list, release the list. So then what happens? Congress passes a bill to release the list. Now, Trump could have vetoed it. He could have vetoed it. But he went Brer Rabbit. And he's like, you know what? They want the list. Let's give it to them. So he sprinkles it out. Pam sprinkles it out. The list is out there. It's not enough. So then he's got the Republicans, the panicans, the rhinos, and the Democrats all just screaming, release everything. So what does he do? Releases everything. And he does it on Valentine's. Very similar to February 14th, 1929, when Al Capone conducted his own Valentine's Day massacre. And Trump always brings up Alfonso Capone. Go check out how many times he mentions that name in speeches. So he brings out his own Valentine's Day massacre. And it was very unexpected. Nobody saw this coming. But he gave them exactly what they wanted. You want the names? Let's give all the names. Now, Khanna and Thomas Massie got up in front of Congress and said some names the other day that are probably going to get them sued and probably going to get the American taxpayer on the hook to pay for this crap. Because they named 4 innocent dudes that were just like bystanders in a police lineup. And I'm sure it's probably wrecked these guys' lives, careers. You imagine going home and have to explain to your boyfriend that you're in the list. Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're going to have to go home and explain to your boyfriend that you're in the list. Nancy Mace, in the list. Thomas Massie, I don't know who you're explaining that to, but you're in the list too, man. Where does that conversation begin? Now, the other thing that I'm really noticing that no one is talking about is how many times Steve Bannon is mentioned in the list. Jack Posobiec is praying the rosary, I'm assuming, for Steve, because the Bannon's war room is very prominent. Not the war room itself, but Steve Bannon, very prominent. I think he had about 1,900 emails with Jeffrey, and I'm sure it was all about aerobics and planning Chelsea's wedding, right? That's exactly what we know. None of these people that are screaming about the list are screaming about the actual photos of Bill Clinton being in like some sweaty hot tub with some of the, I don't know, I don't even know if I want to call them victims anymore. I don't know what a victim is right now. But it's pretty amazing that suddenly the Democrat Party knows what a woman is. Suddenly the Democrat Party cares about women. Suddenly the Democrat Party cares about truth, justice, and the American way. And, man, they really thought they had Trump. But there's not one single piece of real evidence in the, quote, files that convicts Trump of anything or ties him into anything. I haven't seen Trump in a hot tub with Ghislaine, right? You don't see that. But now that everything is out there, I believe we move on. I believe we move on with some things. Will you ever see any convictions from this stuff? I think that's the big question. And I don't know, because right now I don't believe there will be. I believe anything that was going to convict any major Democrat donor, including Epstein, which was a major Democrat donor, Merrick Garland probably had purged. That's just my opinion. But I'd love to get some other thoughts from any of you in the chat. But this is ironic. I'd love to know if one of the Special Forces munchkins that's got his own YouTube channel is going to come out and make a comment about Khanna and the stack of lies that he was climbing on, right? That same person will go after people for stock trades that are still legal, by the way. Not that I endorse that, but it's legal, technically legal. But won't mention Khanna had 12,000 stock trades during the same time period. It's interesting how people have very selectively chosen a side. You have a president on your podcast, and then you go after the guy. And you say the White House is protecting PDFs, right? It's very interesting. But then you bring people on your show, and you don't talk to them about the, I don't know, the Hunter laptop. You don't talk about that, right? You can't talk about that. 5-hour interview. How did we forget that little detail? It's a weird move by some people. But, you know, hopefully this brings us all back together, right? This is going to bring us all back together. It's a weird timeline that we're operating in. But the people that wanted it all, they got it all on Valentine's Day. Probably no kiss. Probably no chocolate. But how sweet it is. The Valentine's Day Massacre of 2026 will be remembered forever. Trump played this game like a master, a puppet master. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, quick shout out to you. Since you left Congress, you've had every opportunity to read these names. Haven't seen that. Nancy Mace, you've been on every program. Haven't seen you read any names. Thomas Massie, well, the names you read off were wrong. Khanna, wrong names. Where's Kamala with some names? Hillary could probably mention at least one name. Her husband, Bill. It's a weird timeline. Barack Obama, not talking about his lawyer being the same lawyer that Epstein used. Man, this is a weird timeline. They thought that they were going to get Trump, and in doing so, they got rope-a-doped, man. Rope-a-doped. This was Muhammad Ali leaning on the ropes, letting George Foreman wear himself out. And Muhammad Ali took some damage while he was doing that. He broke it. I think he broke his jaw. But he just sat back. He let them run out of, or he let George Foreman run out of gas, run out of oxygen, run out of plays, run out of moves, run out of punches. And then dropped the proverbial hammer on the entire thing. I love it. I don't know what the next move is, but I do think by getting this distraction out in the open, out of the way, now we're back to business. We passed the SAVE Act. We passed the SAVE Act. Democrats will turn on illegal aliens, and that's what they are. They're illegal criminal aliens. The Democrats will turn on illegal criminal aliens in a second because then they become useless to them. This has been a distraction the entire time. It's what the Democrat Party wanted, and it's out of the way now. I love every damn thing about this. This is a Ben Dyke Show. I'm going to get out of here. Me and Daisy are out here just chilling in the sun. Fred's sleeping in the shade. That's what he does. That's what old dogs do. We got our pellet rifle, our Gammo pellet rifle sighted in with the big scope. Time to slay some squirrels. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Actually, let's walk over here and see the target. You want to see how good this thing is sighted in? At, I believe it's 40 yards is what we sighted in this thing. Because I don't think you need to shoot a squirrel at more than 40 yards. That's about how far away my bird feeders are. Let's go here. Check this out. Right there. Right there. There we go. That's at 40 yards with the little bird feeder, or the squirrel slayer. Okay? Let me see if I can find, how do we get Daisy over here? How do we get Daisy? There she is. Daisy, you good? Daisy girl. Daisy hates squirrels. They drive her absolutely crazy. The squirrels drive Daisy crazy. Here we go, Daisy. Let's go here. Daisy, you hate squirrels? She hates the squirrels. Hates the squirrels. Ain't that right, Daisy? All right, guys. It's the Ben Dyke Show. I'll catch you in the next one. Keep celebrating, man. The RINOs and the Panicans are finished. They're done. We're finished with them.